I'm here with Sifu Dwight Woods. This is for martial art tutorials, and thank you for being here with
My
me,
pleasure.
Sifu.
My pleasure.
So tell me a little bit about you. What do you do in the school? What do you offer?
We are primarily known as a Jeet Kune Do school. I guess you could say that I'm the pioneer of Jeet Kune Do in Miami. I moved to Miami from Barbados in 1986. So, to the best of my knowledge, before I got to Miami, there was no Jeet Kune Do or what have you. My Jeet Kune Do influences are Bruce Lee, the founder, and Dan Inosanto, his premier disciple. And so our brand of Jeet Kune Do features what we call the Jun Fan martial art method, which would be Bruce Lee. When we use the term Jun Fan, we are referring to the Bruce Lee methodology.
Okay.
So our Jeet Kune Do is Jun Fan and then Filipino Kali, which is one of Mr. Inosanto's greatest contributions to the Jeet Kune Do method. So Jun Fan martial arts, Filipino martial arts, and then Muay Thai is another thing that we're known for because Sifu Inosanto and Surachai Surasu, Ajahn Chai as we call them, they've been very good friends for about over 30 years. And so a lot of people who are Jeet Kune Do certified by Dan Inosanto are also Muay Thai certified by Surachai Surasu. And just recently, I finally found a jiu-jitsu practitioner who has the what I call the right idea about how jiu-jitsu and Jeet Kune Do can
merge.
Yeah, right. So early in the new year, we should have a jiu-jitsu class added to our schedule.
Okay.
So we'll be known. So pretty much anything that Dan Inosanto is known for, we are known for.
I understand.
Right. That'd be the best.
Plus now with the Jiu-Jitsu, you're gonna cover everything. Not that Jeet Kune Do doesn't, because for what I understand, Bruce Lee incorporated like takedowns into Jeet Kune Do.
I mean, there's always been a grappling influence in Jeet Kune Do, but again, different instructors have different fortes, and I would not say that grappling is my forte at all, because it's not. But it is one of what Bruce Lee called the 4 ranges of combat: kicking, punching, trapping, grappling. We call those the 4 skills of empty-handed combat. So a student joining my school understands that he or she, the goal is well-roundedness. So you want to be well-rounded as a martial artist. So that means you got to know how to kick, you got to know how to punch, you got to know how to fight in trapping ring, and you got to know how to grapple, right? Perfect. And it's not learning them separately. It's learning how they connect with each other and how one can be combined with the other, but also how one skill can be used to counter the other skill. Yeah.
So you teach everything, like the transition, the specific technique.
Yeah. Jeet Kune Do training is different from some of the martial art methods because it's guided by concept and principle, and techniques are a means to an end. So Bruce Lee said that attribute development is the most important thing. So speed, timing, distance awareness, flexibility, power, those are the attributes that you want to develop. So then there are techniques that you can use and combinations of techniques that you can use to help you develop those attributes. Because that's what wins an encounter, attributes, right? Michael Jordan's attributes are what led the Chicago Bulls to such a spectacular. LeBron James and the other guys, their attributes, because everybody does the same basketball techniques, right? You dribble, you pass, you shoot. The techniques are the same, but when your attribute level is higher, you win. So that's one of the ideas that's central to our approach to Jeet Kune Do.
Excellent. So thank you for being here. Now we're gonna pass to do a simple tutorial of one technique, so we can see a little bit more of the Jeet Kune Do.
Okay.
Thank you very much for everything.
Oh, my pleasure.
It's my pleasure to meet you.
Oh, same here. So here's what I'll do. I'll show you a fundamental double stick technique in Filipino Kali. We like to say that Kali is kind of a secret method of turbocharging your empty hands. So I'll show you how it can be related. So this drill, we call it closed six or heaven six. Now, since you don't know the drill, you're just gonna be a target for me, right? So you're just gonna hold your sticks like this. So what I'll do is the 6 count. So you don't move, you just hold them like this. So my 6 count is inward, backhand, backhand, and then inward, backhand, backhand. So if you watch what my hands do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see it? So we could do this first as what we call a coordination drill. So I'm just learning how to move the hands in the proper sequence. Inward, backhand, backhand, inward, backhand, backhand. See? So with somebody who knows the drill, then we do it as a true partner drill and we go at the same time. Now, we go from the coordination drill to what we call the combat drill. So in the combat drill, it means somebody's attacking, somebody's defending. So we'll do it this way, where now it's single stick or solo baston versus double stick or doble baston. So when you hit me, what we would call angle 1, watch this. I'm gonna do pretty much the same thing. Inward, backhand, backhand. You see it? It moves the same way when I was doing the coordination drill, right? So do it one more time, right? I go 1, 2, 3. You see? So that's single stick versus double stick. Now, if we go single stick versus single stick, watch how it works. 1, 2, 3. It's still inward, backhand, backhand. So we haven't done anything different yet. See? Now, we can go this way. Single stick versus empty hands. Inward, backhand, backhand. See? It's the same movement, right? Then the last way I'll show you is if you punch at me, right? If you look at that, it's inward, backhand, backhand. But here now is how we break it down. When we make fun, we say this is how we Jeet Kune Do-ize it. So if we examine this first motion is passive. This second motion is passive. This is active. So it's 3 motions and only 1 strike. Well, maybe I could be more effective. So I go 1, 2, 3. So it's still inward, backhand, backhand. But now it's 3 motions and 2 strikes. Maybe I could get even more, right? Okay? So now when I go, I hit 1, that's the inward, 2, 3. But it's all born out of this simple motion. The same thing from the stick. If we had more time, I could show you how we do it with what we call espada y daga, right? Or bastón y daga, long and short, right? I could show you to do it with doble daga, right? Daga y mano. I mean, there's endless
combinations
and endless ways of showing it. There's application of that versus kicking. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, right. But we don't have that time.
But okay. It's excellent that you guys can see the technique. Let's do it one more time.
Yeah.
You want to do it fast so they can see it like the flashy movement.
Okay, so the flashiest way, right, would be that.
I can barely have time to stop it.
Right? You see, which in itself has some Wing Chun influence. See? When I go like that, right? See, that's all what Wing Chun calls the BUG, right? Because remember that Bruce Lee had formal time spent in Wing Chun. Now what the camera can't see is that when you move to me, I step on your foot, right? To make sure you can't get away. Yeah. Right? So the hands are moving a little bit like Wing Chun, and the foot is doing something from Kali. You see, because they
interact.
Yes, they go like that.
Right. Well, excellent for your time, Steve.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you for taking it. So if you want to find out more about the Miami, about Sifu, it's going to be below on the description page. It's going to be a link to the website, so you can see a little bit more and contact him for classes. Just look for the information below.